Hello, everyone. Before we start this week's episode of Slightly Average Guys, we want to tell you about a special event. Friday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. Arizona time, we're going to do a Slightly Average Guys drinking fest. We're going to be hanging out, playing games, drinking, and there might even be some special guests, so please make sure you join us. This isn't going to be a show format, it's just to come out and hang. So come join us live Friday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. Arizona time. We hope that you enjoy this episode of Slightly Average Guys.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your Slightly Average podcast. Good evening, good morning, and not quite good night because we're not done yet. It's funny when we have our pregame shows or pregame, where we just sit here and talk and we try to jam in the last couple minutes or last couple seconds of our conversation. I asked Andy how his job was going, and it's just like 5, live in 5, 4, 3. All right, it's going good. It's fine. It's good. Okay, here we go. Slightly Average Guys. Anyways,
you wait until like 3 seconds to go to like really throw a bomb at him. So,
right? I did. That was totally my fault. But
I felt like an auctioneer.
Back. Another live episode starting roughly 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time every Wednesday. And again, check us out afterwards if you can't reach us here at the podcast source of your choice.
All right. So if we get right into it. The thing we were just talking about, which is the main topic, for all the notifications that went out, good news, bad news. That's going to be the main topic. We're going to get to that one in a minute. What I want to talk about, and I think we've hinted at this before, right? But I want to, if we haven't, we're hitting on it new. If we did, who cares? We're revising it because it's after COVID. Fast food. What is your favorite fast food to potentially order? That one that you're like, that I like, if you're like, I'm not going to drive someplace, I'll Postmates it, the one that's like, I'm willing to pay the extra price for it. What is it? Ryan, I think you have a determination.
So, and I can definitely go. And I do vaguely remember talking about this, but maybe we just talked about like, I like Taco Bell. And I think that maybe been the gist of it. Possibly. But I just spun the wheel, I guess you can say, in my head with Chipotle. And maybe it's not Chipotle, it's Chipotle? Chipotle? Now I'm just confusing myself. That was amazing, though. So I went there. Normally I get a bowl. And when I get a bowl, it's easier to eat. It's cleaner. You can put it in a storage container and just eat it. It doesn't matter if it gets all mixed up, neither with a burrito. So I get a burrito. The largest burritos in the burrito industry. Yep. Absolutely insane. Amazing. Mm-hmm. And then I vaguely remember, Andy, you potentially mentioning something, and we just talked about it in our pregame show as well. The quesarito.
Yeah.
Where they literally, and I didn't get it. I'm going to go there tomorrow and get it and then report back next Wednesday.
You'll feel disgusting, by the way.
But they wrap up their already big burritos. And I got mine double wrapped, by the way. You can request that for 25 cents. Double wrapped so it all stays intact. And it's still monstrosity. It's huge. So I'm on a Chipotle kick right now. Chipotle.
I mean,
Chipotle.
You're over there double wrapping it, and when things get tough, you get dirty.
Double wrap. Yeah. So be prepared because it's a lot of food. It's an interesting blend with the quesadilla.
Yeah, it is.
But the couple times that I got it, I had instant regret because I ate the whole thing. It wasn't like I'm going to come back to this later. It's like I'm going to take this down. I'm going to eat it. I felt terrible. So good luck.
And I'm probably not going to get it. I just had it today, but I will try it, and I'll cut it in half with a knife before I eat it so I can savor the rest of it.
So mine, man, here's the thing. Like as we've talked about before, I've been on a diet this year. But we've wavered from it, but not like completely. I'm still like 90% on it. So I haven't gained any weight, which is a positive, right? So there are times where we've gotten things, like one of the times I was coming home, trying to do lunch, and it was just running late, and I was like, fine, I'm just gonna stop and get Taco Bell. I'll get a couple of tacos, bring them home. Me and Katie ate them. Got done eating them. I was like, were you totally not satisfied by that Taco Bell that it like was like subpar. She's like, yeah. She's like, I was eating it. And I was like, why am I eating this? This doesn't even taste good. So I thought it was just that. Then we ordered Five Guys one day. Had Five Guys. You know, we had some people over, my family, and we were like, all right, well, let's just order Five Guys. It'll be easier. Get Five Guys. Was not happy with that. Like, it was just that, you know? So what I'm trying to say is our taste buds, I think, have drastically changed being on a keto diet for that long. You know, 3 to 4 months, and it's.
Do you taste like salad to go now, or do you like crave salad to go now?
I don't crave
how does that work?
But salad and go does taste pretty good, and it's. I mean, that's the same stuff we were making here, right? Like we're a Greek salad, and like we had a lot of those with a lot of chicken. So, and I've had a ton of red meat because the keto diet is high in red meat. So it's not like
nice.
Okay, it's because of the fact that I've just been eating certain types of meat. No, I've like it's been high fat. That's the whole purpose of it. But everything just tastes different. So pre-COVID, I would definitely have said something like a Taco Bell. That's I have to have it, you know, in order to just be good with the week. I'm gonna at least have that. Now, post-COVID and keto diet, man, about the only thing that's right now is like an In-N-Out burger. You know, you can take the bun away. Don't even have to have fries because I don't think their fries are that great, which is weird because everybody loves their fries. But
yeah,
I'm gonna say In-N-Out burger.
Okay. Man, this is a tough one. I guess for me it'd be oh gosh, I just thought of it. I lost it. Boston Market. And I don't think you think of it as a traditional fast food because it's healthy-ish because it's rotisserie chicken and vegetables and all, but we don't have one close to us. So not going out, it was like, well, we're certainly not going to drive 45 minutes for something like that. So we had it not too long ago. Now, mind you, I could go to Costco and get a rotisserie chicken for $5 and it's just as good. Okay.
Yes.
And I can get that. But the mac and cheese, the cornbread, like all the extra stuff really was the kicker. So I would say for us, it was and it is I just forgot it again.
Boston Market.
Wow. Boston Market. I was gonna say Cafe Rio, not even close. But
no. And this leads in perfectly too, because I know Ryan started this. I'm just gonna go right into it because I just thought about this. It's kind of funny. Let's talk good news, bad news. All right. And we just started it off. We wanted to talk about it, right? We were talking about a pre-game show and it came up. But this leads perfectly because all fast food is good news, bad news.
Very much so.
I was in love with my burrito today. And guess what? Right now I'm just like, yep, I ain't doing nothing for the rest of the day.
Except your colon's going.
Oh yeah.
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 So
that was pre-game show.
Okay. So then what I really want to point out with the good news, bad news that, again, we were talking about in the pre-show, have you guys and anybody watching as well, remember chat, you're in here, you're part of the show. If you, which I see Jason hopping in. Hey, Jason, he's on the keto diet. He's down 45. I'm down 30. Yeah. 35 total. From beginning of last year till now, keto diet, I'm only down 25 pounds from this.
Oh, good. Okay, only 25. I was gonna say a little competition going on here.
So beginning of the year, I was 200. No, beginning of last year, I was 212 pounds, like 170 something now.
But it doesn't matter, Ryan. On the Google Homes, that I just saw a couple images go by. And we saw like some older images of you and Katie, and we all just were like, "No way," because it is so drastic. So
I look like that. I've seen it. Like I look like the State Puff Marshmallow Man. Like every part of me is so puffy. That's what's crazy. You know, from before. It's just like I don't look like fat. It just looks like I'm swollen. Like it's just weird, right?
Not swole.
Yeah, not swole, but just like swollen. You know? Yeah.
Jim is that way.
Yeah, over there, you know. But anyway, so it's been a good ride. So good news, bad news. Good news is I just found out I'm retarded. Bad news is you might want to get yourself checked. No.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
so I have to talk to um, a business associate tomorrow morning, and I'm pretty sure one of the contracts I have work wise is going away. Which, hey, it happens. You know, it's a
Sure.
thing. It's life. You know, it's not my main source of income. It's just something
Right.
that I have, and it's gonna suck for it to go. We want a high five?
Question. Is this talking in past tense as in the wife does not know?
Oh no, she knows.
Okay. She's going to watch this. What? Right? Okay. All right.
No,
Continue.
she knows. I came out. I had a vendor call me about something with a piece of software. They're like, "Hey, such and such is going on." I'm like, "I don't have a damn clue what you're talking about." So I had to reach out to people and then schedule a phone call. So, um, oh man, it's like one of those like good news, bad news situations where it's like,
Mhm.
huh, you know, losing some income is gonna suck.
Mhm.
You know, some bad news. And at the same time, it's like good news. It's like, am I just ready to close this certain chapter of my life that you know it's been holding on for a while? That it's just like I'm ready to slam that door and just like move on, right? Like, good, good. What's in the future? What's in the future?
Mhm.
Because I've had
Mhm.
some, ironically enough, in the last couple of weeks, I've had some phone calls with some people, and some good things are in the works. So I was like, you know, weird how the the universe works, and sometimes it's like,
Mhm.
hey, and you're like, what's the answer I'm looking for? And all of a sudden it's like, oh, just like here might not have been the
That
exact one that you wanted, you know, but it's
Yep.
here's an answer.
that
Yep.
networking, baby. You
Yeah.
can't beat. You can't beat it.
Andy,
Andy,
Uh,
what's some good news that can be bad news?
okay.
so
First off,
Or maybe I'm saying that wrong.
he has he originally started out the podcast as a 6'4" man, and then over every single episode has turned into an Oompa Loompa, and you are pretty much
what's
you're
happening?
pretty much from nips up. Like that's all we see, but
Ryan and
only
I
in
are
the
just
lower
high
third.
fiving each other
Yeah.
over here.
I
like,
don't know, I
yeah.
can't.
This way.
Oh, I went the right way. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Oh god, that's so dumb.
Andy, we got to give low fives to Andy. What's up, dog? What's up? Low
All
five.
right, good news, bad
Um,
news, Andy.
So I'm gonna go a non-traditional way, and I'm gonna get murdered for this if my wife hears this. But I'm
Oh,
gonna
gosh.
say bad news, good news. I'm gonna phrase it that way.
Oh, bad
Not
news.
good news, bad news. Children. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So bad. So
Damn you,
listen,
Andy.
listen. What did I steal yours?
It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, like, look, when it happens in that moment, you're like, when my wife told me, I was like, okay. Like that was my response. Didn't live that down for a long time. But you know, in your life, whatever you're doing at that moment, not that we weren't trying, but we were, but whatever, it's like, oh crap. like as a guy, I mean, to be honest, that was my first thought. But I love them. They're wonderful little punks. I wouldn't change anything about it. You know, having sons or anything. You know, having daughters is amazing, but it was like a bad news in the moment, but ultimate good news because you know you're carrying on your family, and you know it's going to make you this other person or this different type of person that maybe you didn't want to be. And so I think from a bad news, it's more about I don't want the change. I know I need the change, but I don't want it. And this is such a high potent catalyst for change. You're like, ugh. So for me, it was kids, but listen, it turned out to be the best. You know, it's led us down so many different roads and with people and friends and experiences. So I think for me, that was probably my biggest bad news, good news. And I love them. I want to stress quite enough here that I love my children and wife.
Okay.
If you guys are listening, I love you.
From the other room or outside the door, wherever it's at. It doesn't matter.
Outside the door. Yeah, so you did steal one of mine.
Okay.
And maybe that's just my personality, right? Like the first things that come through my head, and honestly, you guys might be able to say something similar as well, just from obviously knowing and understanding, is basically everything that somebody says to me, I almost think of a joke first.
Mm.
I literally, everything that goes through my head, I'm almost just like, as I've grown and as I've become more of an adult, I've refrained from saying that type of stuff, right? So I'm more conscious about think before you speak type deal. But
oh, sure.
So Ryan told me this. He's like, good news, bad news. Like, and we were on the pregame show topic, right, where we were talking a little bit about jobs and all that good stuff. And I was like, good news, bad news. I got a job. That's it. I would say that's a start of my adult life, and at the same time, it's the start of my adult life.
Yep.
Good news, bad news. I just got married. Oh shit. No, but obviously I can say that because I'm not married, so nobody can get mad at me or anything. So it's like good news, you got married, but as like I don't know if it's like guy code. I don't want to call it guy code, but you're just like, as a guy, people who your friends get married, you're just like, you're totally joking, right? You probably love the other person. You're just don't do it. Don't do it. But
walk
so
away.
that was my good news, bad news.
Walk
and then
away.
I was just going to mention the kids thing as well. But that's instantly where my mind went. I was just like, hey, this is funny. I got a job. I'm married. That's some good news, bad news.
That's just it.
For me too, like when Corona happened and losing my job, I mean, that was good news, bad news too, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen, and being and working from home, it's like this last year and this whole realization, like I don't need to be in an office somewhere. It was blast. I loved every second of when we were in that office, but I'm just as productive as I can be there versus here, and I have more temptation, right? I go take a nap. I could go swimming. Like I could.
We don't take naps.
My office,
but yes, we can't take naps.
Like I have all this temptation. I could just be like, F you work. I'm just going to drink all day. Again, I could have done it at the office, but I just feel like, it forces you for that change of whatever you're, is unknown. But I can totally relate to the job part.
In a more realistic sense, though, golfing. That's my good news, bad news.
Yeah.
Good news. I'm going golfing, baby. I'm gonna look good. I'm gonna dress like I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna get to that first tee box where there's 3, 4, 6, 7 golf carts behind you, just watching you tee off on that first tee box. And guess what? I'm gonna shank the shit out of it. So golf is literally like I think the perfect example of good news, bad news, because it's such an amazing, like, it's fun to do. You're out and about. It's women play too, but like it's fun to hang out with the guys because I don't play typically with a lot of female, right? So it's like dad and friends and stuff like that. And then the bad news is you just drink all day. You're in the sun all day. You're playing crappy golf, getting frustrated, but
do some clubs.
It's all good.
Yeah. I want to play golf more too. And Ren and I think we had a conversation like this a long time ago. It's like, I wish we did more business on the golf course, like old school. Let's make a deal. Let's learn about each other and let's get whatever we need to get done out on the golf course. And I think that would be fun. I think that'd be just like kind of like a nod to old business potentially.
I'm surprised you don't.
Well,
so my very first job was golf. Right. And I worked at a golf. No, it wasn't golf. I worked at a golf club. But yeah, no, I wish.
You worked at a golf club, so you were like.
I worked at a golf club.
You were a club.
That's it. Yeah, no, I really do. I wish that we did more of that, especially in the type of business that we've been in. Like you'd almost think that it should be a mainstay of like this is how business is done.
It is. We were just the two individuals doing all the work, so we were the ones required to still be in the damn office. See that's what happened there. Right.
Okay. So yeah, those guys made the money. We did the work.
Yeah.
And we missed out.
Well, here's the challenge, because it'll be something fun to present on as a topic in one of our podcasts. Right. I'm not saying it has to be the next one. Challenge: go play 9 holes at a minimum. Right. If we want to play 18, I'm cool with that. Go play a round of golf. Take some pictures. Take some videos as well, and then just have like a whole rerun presentation to show at one of the podcasts. That would be awesome. Amazing.
It'd be a total shit show, but that'd
be okay though. That'd be okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, for everybody listening, we appreciate you listening or watching. We're actually going to make a switch and try to make these really, really short. We're talking like 20 minutes is what we're going to try to do. 20 to 30 minutes is really the sweet spot that we originally said that we were going to get to. We've gotten some feedback recently saying, hey, these are getting a little long. I would actually rather you break it into 2 smaller episodes than 1 bigger, longer one. So that's what we're going to do. In the future, we may actually record one that's longer and just break it and stop, and then, you know, keep going if we are really on a tangent or a tear for that. But let's see how this works. Let us know. You can always send an email to slightlyaverageguys@gmail.com. We appreciate everybody listening and watching.
I challenged ourselves to play golf. I challenge our viewers, challenge our listeners, invite one friend. You don't have to invite them, right? It's not like they have to watch us live. Tell one friend in the next week about what you're listening to as far as your podcasts go, and not, you know, obviously make it Slightly Average Guys.
All right.
Thanks for watching, though.
See everybody next week.